During the Second World War, brilliant Allied cryptographers managed to dissect the complex internal rotors of the Nazi Enigma machine, effectively breaking the most secure military communications on Earth. Yet those exact same minds, the pinnacle of human code breaking, were completely defeated by a single handwritten book. Decades later, we've applied massive computational power to the problem. Modern supercomputers and advanced artificial intelligence have analyzed every stroke of the text, searching for statistical patterns, and they too have failed to translate a single sentence. This unconquered target is the Voynich Manuscript. Carbon dating places its creation precisely between 1404 and 1438. It takes its name from Wilfrid Voynich, the Polish book dealer who acquired it in 1912. The core problem is the script itself. The author used a writing system that has never been documented anywhere else in human history. But linguistic analysis proves the text is not a random collection of scribbles. It has a highly consistent internal structure, governed by strict, repeating grammatical rules. The manuscript remains an object that yields no data to modern logic, effectively neutralizing our most advanced problem-solving tools. To understand the text, we have to map its internal organization. The manuscript is divided into 6 distinct sections: botanical, astrological, biological, cosmological, pharmaceutical, and a final section of unillustrated recipes. The bizarre nature of these chapters leads to a natural primary hypothesis. This entire book is an elaborate medieval scam. In the 15th century, producing a large volume of exotic-looking gibberish was a highly profitable way to trick wealthy European nobles looking to buy rare, esoteric texts. However, the text's own internal evidence pushes back against that idea. A closer look reveals those highly consistent grammatical patterns repeating perfectly across hundreds of pages. Maintaining that level of mathematical complexity by hand is incredibly difficult. It requires a sustained, deliberate effort that makes a randomized fraud highly improbable. If we rule out a hoax, we are left with the possibility that the text is written in a real but forgotten cipher, a system where known characters are replaced by invented symbols to hide the original meaning. The visual evidence, however, complicates this. In the botanical section, the detailed, full-page illustrations depict sprawling plants that simply do not exist anywhere on Earth. This disconnect deepens when examining the cosmological section. As this page shows, it is filled with deeply bizarre celestial maps. These complex diagrams of stars and spheres do not align with any known historical astronomy, making the author's true intent even harder to decipher. This leads researchers to a third theory. The manuscript is a covert medical or alchemical textbook, heavily encoded to hide esoteric knowledge from religious authorities. Historically, as seen in this reference grid, early scientists and alchemists frequently relied on dense, cryptic symbols to communicate their work, while protecting themselves from charges of heresy. Applying that context to the manuscript's biological section provides a potential explanation for its strangest feature: dozens of illustrations showing human figures submerged in bizarre, interconnected bathing pools. The presence of alien flora and cryptic fluid networks suggests the text is less a communication in a foreign tongue and more a systematic method for isolating and concealing forbidden science. Despite a century of continuous, rigorous effort since its purchase in 1912, humanity remains completely incapable of reading a single word on these pages. We have thrown the absolute limit of 21st century computational power at this text, only to find that we are no closer to an answer today than we were 100 years ago. We are left staring at 3 distinct possibilities. This is either the work of a brilliantly obsessive hoaxer, the hidden notes of a persecuted alchemist, or the final record of the last speaker of a dead tongue. There is a profound irony here. We live in an era where algorithms can synthesize almost any dataset and recognize nearly any pattern. Yet a single author from 6 centuries ago built an impenetrable wall. The manuscript marks the point where modern analysis stalls. It is a 600-year-old artifact that remains technically superior to our best attempts